Hello, divas. Welcome back to my channel. So, last week I had talked about books, and I only did Monday, and it was pretty long, so I wasn't able to get Wednesday and Friday out. And because, like, what I talked about, majority of my books are tend to be like Christian books or themes about Christ, and somehow that was kind of my largest video. So what I decided to do, because yesterday was my daughter's birthday, yay, my baby turned 12. I have a preteen, like one more year before those teenage years. But because of that, I decided to go ahead and film today on Thursday and upload it. And it will count for my both Lifestyle Wednesday and Fashion Friday. So today I'll talk about books that I read that are not necessarily Christian books, but books more so for our lifestyle, and books about like fashion and different things like that. Let's get into it. So for majority of the books that are not Christian, what I find myself doing is a lot of them are like business books or things to help me with my business and things like that. So some of those are things that are more so like workbooks or things that I can find, articles I can find on the internet and stuff like that. So I don't have a lot of like books on my bookshelves related to business. But what I did is, because I'm a Prime member on Amazon, I also have Amazon Books. So I'll read books about business or biographies and things like that on Amazon. And then also to kind of, whenever I'm not listening to the Bible when I'm driving, because that's something that I do, I have now Audibles, and on Audibles, I'm able to, I was trying to pull it up now to think of the book. I think it's 12 week year. Yeah, 12-week year is the book that I am reading. So, or listening to on Audible. And it's okay. I love, like I said, whenever I'm somewhere or I'm driving, because, you know, as a mom, if you're a mom, most of the time, sorry, I was kind of sitting on my hair, happens. But sometimes as a mom, what will happen is you're driving around a lot, like you're taking people here and there. So sometimes it's helpful when I'm running errands and things like that. Usually when I'm in the car alone, like I said, when I'm in the car with my husband, I do try to focus that time on me and him. Or when I'm in the car with the kids, I try to focus that time on me and the kids. But when I have those free spaces, if I'm not kind of in those quiet zones where I just don't have no music, no nothing, just hearing, just listening and hearing from God, I do plug in my Audible and allow that to play. Even if I'm doing like some stretches or something like that, sometimes in the morning, there's just something that I have going, or sometimes I'm waiting on to pick the kids up from the bus. Like, I have that running. So I do my Audibles right now. Primarily, most of my Audible books are about business, in some kind of way, or helping you grow or helping strengthen you. The only other thing that I like to do is, I talked about, I forgot what week it was, but in the car with my husband, those are books that we, to help us build up our marriage, to help us keep asking questions, to help see where we're growing and things like that. That's stuff that we do in the car, and those books that we have. And then also for my business, I don't do this book like it should, because it has like a journal and stuff, and I may commit some time to just like working on a page of it. But I got this book called Get Creative, and guess where I got it from? Half Price Books. So it's called Get Creative. It's a really cool looking book. It's a really cool looking book, but it has like different things that it'll just kind of have you do, like this one is telling you about making space. So sometimes like I read it kind of in the moment, but I never do fully what it was telling me to do. So I am going to commit some time to do that. And I love the book because it has like a lot of blanks pages. So that's another thing. I'm always like looking at books. I'm interested to see like how are they binded, because I am writing a book myself. So I always look to see like how are they binded, like what colors they're using, what fonts they're using, different things like that. So I like this book because it has like different little kind of activities that it does to have you be creative. So sometimes I may look at it and kind of keep it in mind. So when I'm in the car with the kids or with Sai, we're in the car as a family, we started doing that, and it's been a lot of fun. Like sometimes we'll come up with three random things, and then we'll just say three random things that are not connected at all. And then someone has to tell a story and kind of connect those three random things in the story. So we do things like that to kind of keep our imagination going and growing and all that other stuff. So I do like this book. It kind of is almost that, kind of like the conversation starter book. Like it's meant to be more in depth. So I will probably get into that. But for right now, I'll just kind of use it, think of those things, and keep those in the back of my mind to help. As far as fashion stuff, I used to like have a magazine subscriptions and really just like study fashion and all that other stuff. And I just kind of like let that slip, or it just doesn't have the same interest for me. Magazines just kind of shifted for me. Like I don't like, I have interest in fashion and I have a passion for fashion, but I don't really like sometimes how magazines really push, really try to me, over influence women. And I don't want to get into like a long rant about that, but that I'm kind of like, about magazines. I don't need you telling me like 10 ways to like impress my man, or I don't know, like I'm just not really into that. And then a lot of the high fashion magazines, sometimes, you know, at least once a year some designer has done something to me that is like sexist or racist or something, and it just, I don't know. So haven't really been in like that to fashion. I used to, and I would like to do that again. Once we kind of start moving into apartments a lot more, I kind of got away from it, but I want once we purchase our home, like I love those coffee table books, like those big books. I would love to get those with some of like, you know, with maybe some designers that I really like and stuff like that. Not just like the traditional ones, but there's just been some very beautiful books that I saw of like sometimes African American dancers or designers of the past, and they'll have like different parts of their collection. Just those really nice coffee table hefty books. I would like to have those because one, they're decorative, and two, they're conversational pieces when people are in your home. So that's something that I would like to have. Like I said, my husband, a lot of all his stuff he kind of keeps in his backpack. And then the kids, my daughter is really into, like, she has a lot of different little series books that she reads, like preteen series books. So we kind of watch for that because they have all different kind of content now. And then she loves a lot of like biographies for different people, mostly like gymnasts, because there have been like quite a few here lately that have set, especially African American gymnasts, have set a lot of records and stuff like that. So she's read some of their biographies, or people give them as gifts and things like that. So most of the books that we have that are not, tend to be like not the non-Christian books that we have, or it's not to say that because their authors may be Christian, but you know what I'm saying. Not focused in that way. We tend to get gifted by people. People will gift stuff like that for her birthday, and she is teaching, our daughter is teaching herself Japanese. So she has like a book like that. That's one that she kind of packs around a lot. Yeah, she decided like she wanted to learn Japanese, so she kind of just start teaching herself like that. She's a lot like my oldest sister in that way. And actually today is my oldest sister's birthday. So happy birthday, Gina. Because I know she's a subscriber and she watches. But yeah, she's really much like, she's a lot like my sister in that way. Like my sister wanted to learn how to drive a stick, so she actually like got a book and taught herself how to drive a manual car. And I'm just like, so they are so much alike in that way. It's like crazy. But that's mostly it. That's why I decided to kind of combine them together. I am going to get back into the schedule. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of missed a week and then kind of missed a couple of days this week. So I'm going to get back into it. I was wrestling with if I was going to keep the 3-day schedule or just try to vlog once a week or whatever like that, but I am gonna keep it. I got advice from different vloggers that I know, that some that have like, you know, a nice size following, some that are paid to do videography. But at the end of getting all of that advice, I also just took it to God and prayed about it. And I know that that God is helping to build my skills and just my consistency and building my capacity. So whether I have 2 followers or 2 million followers, I know that he's just having me, you know, do. He's really having me to go forth and continue and doing the videos, even if I'm not getting paid for it, even if I don't have a lot of followers for it. He really is trying to like grow my capacity. So when that takes place, I'm already used to it and it's already kind of built into my schedule. So I'm going to continue, you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out and telling me about how the videos are helping you and things that you are now changing in your routines or things that you never thought about. So thank you guys so much for that feedback. It's very encouraging to continue, you know, and continue to, I really want to make an impact. So it's not about being famous or any of that. Like, I really want to make an impact and continue, and it's my desire to just help and help connect like communities and building communities. So if this is one of the ways that I can do so, and connecting with people maybe that I will never see, but encourage them to speak with people maybe that they never have, or build communities, or share whatever wisdom God has given me, or make an impact somehow in your life, have a conversation with your family maybe that you never had, then I think I am doing his work. So, you know, as always, I love you, God loves you, and have a blessed day. Bye. I will see you Monday. Again, this is the video to end both Wednesday and Friday this week, because we are my daughter's birthday was Wednesday, my sister's birthday is Thursday, and then we're going to celebrate for them Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So I will be back up on Monday, and the topic for next week is names. So I will see you on Monday. Bye.